everybody. So today I got the opportunity to mix around a song by, I'm not sure if he's going by No Wave or No Wave Charles, but it's No Wave or No Wave Charles. He sent me a mix that he did of one of his songs, and he says, what do I think? And I gave him some pointers. I found there was too much reverb. It was drowning out his voice. So I told him that. And so I said, well, do you want me to mix it? And he said, sure. Gave me the stems. Went it so far as to even give me the, just give me the direct lines, the line ins for the guitars and the bass. So it was like, oh, well, this is great. So I can do whatever I want with this. And he's like, yep, go ahead. So first thing I did was I listened to it, of course. And I like the song. I want to go through it with you guys right now and talk about it. And what I did. He's going to do the same. He's going to do the same on his channel. I'll put a link here. And so what I did to start with was I listened to it. And I thought, okay, well, I'm going to have to bring out the guitars. I'm going to have to run them through an amp. I'm going to have to reamp them. So I set up in my bathroom. He only gave me a mono guitar track for each, for the lead and for the rhythm. So I wanted 2 guitar tracks. So what I did, and I'll show a picture of it now. I took the Fender Twin. I put a SM57 on it. I then brought the guitar sound in, so the line is coming in. It's plugged into a digital delay. And then the delay is then, it's a stereo digital delay, so it's nice. Slightly, just ever so slightly, just off a bit, and into my Laney. So now I have 2 amps, and they're just slightly off from each other. And honestly, it's not even really noticeable in the recording. That's how slight it is. It's just to give it a little more sound. Then the next thing I did was he gave me the drum tracks, but the drum tracks he ran through an amp, and so it was weak for drums. And I said, can I get just the clean track of the drum as well? So he gave me that, which is great. So I was able to get the clean tracks of the drums. I've kind of blended them together. I'll show you in a minute. And then so I recorded that. So then now we'll start talking about the music. So the first thing is, and Henry, I'm going to tell you this, you got a good voice, okay? You're fine. Like I know how it feels to be one of those guys who's concerned about your voice. It's just one of those things you got to get over. You got a good voice. And because that is the main instrument, I brought that up. I brought the main instrument up, which is your voice. So I'm just going to play just a little bit of just the voice with the effects I put on it. And I can't hear it. Oh, that's why. Let's try that again. I'll bring this up a bit.
She's like bubble gum and nicotine, a punk rock mall rat beauty queen. She paints her face.
So what I did was, on that, turn that down, it's echoing into my system here. What I did was I put on slapback, and I did a tap tempo, and I took the drums. So I'll play the drums for you for a second here. So let's just do the drums so you can hear it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I tap tempoed that. So it was a quicker break for the vocals. So the vocals,
I can be the one at her side, the lead in a 3-act.
So you can hear it's very quick. It perfectly fits the sound of what he's doing. Oh, excuse me. And it just brought the vocals out. I also did a little bit of EQ. I brought the mids up and the vocals just to let them sit better. I took out the bass, the vocals, just to let them sit better. And that was first. So let's give it a listen again. This is everything.
She's like bubble gum and nicotine.
So you can hear with the guitar, it's an L on both sides.
She paints her face and she hopes
2 different amps, same guitar track.
And it hurts me that I can't be the one at her side.
Listen,
The lead in a 3-act play. But
So there's the clean drums. And in behind I have the dirty drums. And the bass. Now I turned off on the bass. I gotta turn that back on for a second because it was hissing at me because I set it for play. So you hear that little hiss now. I'm using the virtual amp for the bass. So we'll start the song over again. Oh, can't hear anything.
a punk rock mall rat beauty queen. She paints her face and she hopes she'll find a friend. And
So
it hurts me
the virtual amp gives the bass a little bit of punch.
The lead in a 3-act play. But she'll use you up and discard
Some
you
drums.
one of these days.
And they have this is the
Not
second guitar
enough.
comes in.
I gotta
Kept
get
it
a
quiet.
taste of the sweet princess. She's toxic and she'll kill me quicker than all the drugs she's on.
Now he added, let me just look for it here. I think if I do timeline I can find it better. There it is. So he added in his lead track, he had a solo. So I'm going to play the solo. And what I did was I bounced the solo. I didn't cut it out. I bounced it to another track so I could bring it up because otherwise it was too quiet. So what you hear now is
Quicker than all the drugs she's on.
because I had that was part of the secondary guitar track that he put in, but it was quieter because I didn't want it because it was overpowering everything. So I didn't want overpowering. So, but the solo needs to be lead, so it's got to be louder. That's just the way it is. So I brought it in. And because of the way I did it, because he's doing the solo and then he's playing right into playing the chorus again. There's no good break. So what I did was I just put on another track, just the solo, and then it still had the solo on the other tracks, or on the other track that was, in stereo, and it was quieter. But this brought up the solo, and then once the solo ended, you couldn't really hear it click off because it was part of the song already, so it was in there.
It's not enough.
They're gonna hit the part that I really
I
want.
gotta get a taste
I wish I could do this.
of the sweet princess. She's toxic and she'll kill me quicker than all the drugs she's on.
That just adds to it so much.
Kill me quicker than all the drugs she's on. And she'll kill me quicker than all the drugs she's on. And she'll kill me quicker than all the drugs she's on.
And that is my mix. So that is what I did. And then I added drum reverb to not everything, but I don't like heavy reverb because it just takes away from everything else. So I added just light reverb to it, and I think it sounds much better like this. Vocals are up. It's clearer. I even asked him because I like the song so much. I said, "Can I cover it?" Now I do it completely different than he did, and he said no. So it's like that, and I'm like, that's fine. I'm good with that. But it was just interesting that, I do like the song and I would like to cover it, but he doesn't want me to, so I'm not going to. So maybe I can change his mind someday. So talk to you later. Bye.